First made the claim that lots of Napa parts are better than your car's original parts, some folks were skeptical.
Better than the original?
Better than the original?
Better than the original.
So before we could make that claim on TV, we were told to do one small thing.
Prove it!
So we did. Lots of Napa parts are better than your car's original parts. So visit your Napa Auto Parts store. Napa. We help keep America moving.
The reason 7-Up asked me to be the spokesman for their Super 2 sweepstakes is
because
my
name is Hollywood. Because the big prize is $50,000 and a trip to the Super Bowl to see me. Now, Hayden, he thought winning the sweepstakes was the only way he'd get to the Super Bowl. He can't enter. You can. Just get sweepstakes details at this display where you see me.
When you go Hollywood, you lose all semblance of reality.
No, I'll be there.
No, you'll be watching me this year. This is
America's turning 7-Up.
There's the score and the scoring drive. 66 yards, 9 plays. Carmo to Scott. Kickoff by Ricardo. Ragsdale is deep. Ragsdale on the 5. To the 20. Out to the 26-yard line. Tampa Bay's been held without a touchdown. They're fourth in the conference in points scored. They've averaged 19.4 a game. Dallas leads with 21.9. Then New Orleans, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay. But an aroused Lion team that's been catching it in the media, from the public, and from their head coach, came out here and have played a fiery game on defense.
And Tampa came into the game 6th on offense, 4 rushing, 9 passing.
Ricky Bell, Rick Burns are the setbacks. That's Burns. He crunches his way to the 31 of Tampa Bay. He's hit by English, right tackle. Look at this route. This Cleveland club is something. How they pulled games out this year. A high-octane offensive team. They now lead Seattle 17-16 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they really are incredible. They've come from behind in almost every game this season and came from behind and won. Great compliments to Sam Bertigliano and his fine staff.
Second down 5 for Tampa Bay. That pass complete to Burns for a first down. Burns will be on his 41-yard line. O'Neal and Harrell, the 2 linebackers, pinched him there.
Doug Williams showed good judgment here. He looked to the right and then came back to the left. The defense was overloaded to his right. He came back and hit Ricky Burns, who was wide open on a inside curl pattern for the big play.
All right, the Bucs on the 41 in their own territory. We have 2 minutes to play in the third period.
I think Tampa has to throw the ball a little bit more on first down, too. Some high percentage stuff, but I think they have to do that in conjunction with the run.
They run it this time. There is Fantetti, 57, putting a hard hit on the rookie, Rick Burns. And that play stops at the 43-yard line of Tampa Bay. It'll be 2nd and 8. Burns today has carried the ball 11 times for 55 yards. 28-14 now, Houston over Oakland. Pastorini, 35-yarder to Burrow earlier. He threw a 55-yarder to Ken Burrow. He whips it to Giles, the tight end, breaks away. And well, he's like a wild bull after he catches that ball. One of those Florida Brahma bulls. He's down to the 40-yard line. Fantetti, O'Harrell, and O'Neal, the 3 linebackers, had to gang up to bring him down.
Giles is going to be one of the great tight ends in professional football as he goes along with his career. Boy, he's a great looking prospect.
41-yard line. Tampa Bay on the Detroit 41. First down. Lions have just scored. Now Tampa Bay's coming back.
See if they throw the ball here on 1st and 10. They haven't done much of it at all.
Flags down. That's a legal procedure against Tampa Bay. They had a good momentum going.
64, false start.
Greg Horton with a false start at left guard. That'll put it back to the Detroit 46 and make it 1st and 15.
Looked like they were trying to go on a quick count, try to get the ball outside, but in the process, why there was a penalty on the play.
False start, number 64, offense.
First and 15. Harold comes out. Gary Cobb's in. That's Burns. Well, he made some of it back. They roll him out on the 42-yard line of Detroit. The man that did it was Gary Cobb, the rookie from USC, and Walt Williams, the left cornerback. 2nd down, 11. Morris Owens is 85. Here's a play coming in. Eckwood's in there, number 43. Eckwood and Ricky Bell are the backs. 14-6. Lions ahead. And that's the end of the 3rd period in the Silverdome. We pause now for a word from your local station.
Monday on the White Shadow.
You've got a case of primary syphilis.
Thorpe infects Coolidge's girl, and their friendship explodes on the White Shadow. Monday at 8, 7 Central.
This is CBS.
Thursday, Gene Wilder in the wildest, funniest suspense trip of your life with a killer on the prowl. And Jill Clayburgh on the make.
Do you really edit sex manuals?
With con man Richard Pryor.
Got to make them cops think you're black.
Suspense and laughter in a breathless cross-country chase. Silver Streak, Thursday at 8:30, 7:30 Central in Mountain.
There's a good picture of Monty Clark, the head coach of the Detroit Lions, who did such a great job for the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm sure he's going to get this program going too.
Fourth period. 2nd and 11. Incomplete to Ricky Bell.
Another penalty on the play. They're talking about it right now. Indication is that it might be against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but we'll see in just a moment. Yes, it is. It is against Tampa. We'll listen for the announcement here in just a minute.
Offensive holding, number 69, 2nd down.
All right, that puts Tampa Bay back to their own 48-yard line.
And Darrell Austin, 69, was holding on the play.
They'll have a 2nd down and 21 to go now. John McKay is perturbed at that call. Eckwood's in there. They throw it to Eckwood. Comes to the 50, 45, dives forward and reaches the 40-yard line of the Lions. Jimmy Allen tripped him up. So that makes some of it back.
That was a good call. There was a good pressure there by the outside defensive end. For that reason, there was a good running room and good screen area. Ricky Bell is out in front, 42, trying to make a block. But is it the right play at the right time against the right defense?
3rd and 9. Tampa Bay on the Lion 40. Ed O'Neill replaces Cobb as an outside left linebacker. Ricky Bell, Jerry Eckwood are the backs. Tampa Bay converting only 3 out of 10 third down attempts. They run it to Eckwood. And he's hit at the 38-yard line by Ed O'Neill. They're short, 4th and 7.
Unusual call that time on 3rd and 9, Kurt.
Was a little bit surprising. Maybe they thought Detroit would be looking for the pass, but they didn't fool them. And here's the punter out, Tom Blanchard.
Blanchard this time should try to kick to his left. I don't know whether he will or not, but he's on the right hash mark, and it would be better for him. He's got more field to work with to his left than he does to his right.
He'll either try to hang it up or boot it out of bounds deep. Hoping they can get a break. He goes to his right, and that kick is a touchback. That's 21 touchbacks for Blanchard this year. He leads the league. Lions will have the ball on their own 20-yard line with a first down. The Lions in the lead, 14-6.
Introducing the best gas mileage ratings of any mid-size wagon.
Aren't you glad you bought a Fairmont? The right idea for today.
Introducing the biggest cargo area of any mid-size wagon built in America.
Aren't you glad you bought a Fairmont?
Introducing the lowest sticker price of any mid-size wagon. The 1980 Ford Fairmont wagons got it all.
Aren't you glad you bought a Fairmont?
Glad. Glad. Glad.
The right idea for today.
From the people who brought you the workmate comes the incredible bench top. You can put it on a table or clamp it to a chair or use it on the roof or almost anywhere. It goes up in the attic or the basement down below. There's almost no place the bench top won't go. Black & Decker's bench top workmate, portable work center and vise. It turns the whole world into a workshop.
Lions ball, first down on their 20-yard line. They're ahead 14-6. They have lost 3 games here in Pontiac this year, all by 3 points. And that's Randy Crowder, the nose tackle, hitting Rick Kane before he could get going. Lions lost to Washington 27-24, Minnesota 13-10, Buffalo 20-17.
Larry Terry is really having a tough time trying to block Randy Crowder. He's been in that backfield all afternoon and has really done a great job of getting penetration and stopping plays in the backfield during the course of this game.
Kane has carried the ball 12 times, no net yards. 0. Second down. Long yardage. Tomlo will put it up. Big rush on him. Throws the screen. It's incomplete. Trying to hit the fullback, Bo Robinson, number 36. 3rd and 14.
Leroy Selman, 63, really got good penetration on the play. There you see him providing a rush on Comlo. Dangerous play into the left flat on a screen pass with that kind of pressure. Good chance to throw the ball poorly, throwing it to the wrong guy, and all of a sudden it changes the game completely.
Tampa Bay's worst period of every game has been their 4th period on defense. Right now they need some points. They need to stop the Lions and get points. 3rd down, 14. He has the time. He has the receiver. And he has the first down. That's Fred Scott again, who has really harassed the Buccaneers today. That's his 7th catch. Check it, his 8th catch. Number 8 for 139 yards.
And it's very obvious that everything they've thrown with any degree of success has been basically on the inside to the left side in front of Mike Washington. They're doing a good job of taking advantage of the coverage on that side, and Scott has really done a fine job of maintaining possession and making the catches.
All right, the score 14-6 Detroit with a timeout.
Thunderbird, Thunderbird, Thunderbird. Spread your wings in the new 1980 Thunderbird. Introducing a Thunderbird of new contemporary size that shows its elegant heritage wherever you look. Outside, inside. Yet it's remarkably priced, and that includes automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, vinyl roof, and more. The new size Thunderbird, a better idea for the 80s.
When you break horses for a living and you do it wrong, they can break you first. But when you do it right, you can turn a terrified animal into a horse a man can count on. And now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time,
If you've got the time,
we've got the beer.
Miller Beer.
Next Sunday on CBS Sports, NFL action continues with regional games, a Super Sunday of football. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Fred Scott, who caught that pass, had his bell rung. He's down. He's up. He's all right. Other scores. Washington pouring it on the Cardinals, 27-7. Theismann just hit Riggins with a 4-yarder. They're into the fourth quarter in that game. 27-7 Washington. Miami, after no offense against Houston, leads Baltimore 19-0 in the fourth period. First down. Arnold has replaced Fred Scott, Johnny Arnold, a rookie. Lions on their 33-yard line. They had a big hole that time, and that is Rick Kane. Kane's hit by Jordan, Curtis Jordan, the safety man. And Dana Naziger.
That was a trap play that time. Here you see Doug Williams with 11 of 24 for 111 yards, and Kumlo 15 of 26 for 205.
Lonnie Clark says we don't know how to protect the lead because we haven't had one very often. They've got one now. They're ahead 14-6, and they're protecting it by moving the ball and keeping it. Flags all over the place. Randy Crowder charged ahead, but was he drawn off? Might be Larry Terry, the left at the center.
I think Kumlo changed the rhythm a little bit of the count.
Defense.
Crowder.
Move it, man, move it.
Here we'll see it. Watch Crowder.
That's the ninth penalty against
number
Tampa Bay.
71, encroachment.
What they call encroachment when you go across the neutral zone and touch a player in the opposing team before the snap.
And it's very important for the game, for the quarterback during the course of the game to change the rhythm and change the tempo of the count, because sometimes you can make him jump offside just like he did.
Dexter Bussey is in the lineup now.
They're going to run this way. Something. Here it is.
That was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. Wally Chambers tipped it. The oldest player on the defense at the age of 28. Intended for Leonard Thompson. Well, in the Derby for the #1 pick next year, 49ers are taking the lead. They're behind New Orleans 24-3 late in the second period, and the Lions are ahead here in the fourth quarter. Each team has only won one game. Scott's back in the lineup. Second down 10. Tomo stumbling around. There's Scott. Really had a late hit there. It goes into Tampa Bay territory for the Tampa Bay 47 on Dewey Selman hitting. And he's hurt again.
They continue to run that same play. He kind of delays, comes across the middle, underneath the linebackers. The ball is thrown right on the money, right at the numbers, a little bit behind, but he makes the catch. Tackled there in the open field by Dewey Selman. Looked like a late hit, but they don't call it.
Well, Scott, who was injured with a head injury, is down again. 14-6 the score. Lions in the lead.
If anyone looks forward to the start of a new day, it's a Big A Auto Parts store, because each new day is filled with challenging customer requests for quality parts and friendly service. Take yesterday, for example.
Got an oil filter for a Ferrari?
Do you hook the black one to the plus or minus?
I need heavy-duty shocks.
A muffler for a Merc.
Boy, have you got metric tools.
Quality parts, friendly service. That's Big A.
Have you got a cup of coffee? Sure.
The hard-working auto parts store.
I'd like to talk to you about the Sony Betamax and an incredible feature called Beta Scan. I'm Tom Williams Sr., and if you know tennis, you know my son. Here's a cassette of his last championship match. Beta Scan lets me go fast forward and reverse, so I can skip the boring stuff like this long rally and stop when I come to the real exciting parts, like Tom Jr. here dashing onto the court to pick up the ball. Isn't Betamax terrific? It lets you see what you've been missing and miss what you don't want to see. It's from Sony, the one and only.
Tonight on CBS, in order, 60 Minutes. Archie Bunker's plays, One Day at a Time, Alice, The Jefferson, and Trapper John, M.D. Hope you enjoy it. Convo's wearing one of those flak vests that Pastorini introduced to the National Football League last year with the bad ribs. What a game they're having in Cincinnati. Pete Johnson just rammed over 2 yards, and the Bengals are back out in front of the Chargers, 21-16, early in the fourth period. Pittsburgh leading Kansas City 23-3 in the fourth period. Jets have scored. Todd 11 yards to Bobby Jones. Buffalo 14, the Jets 12. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes to play. Scott, I don't know whether he'll be back. That's twice that he's had his bell rung, and that's dangerous with head injuries, taking a chance on him.
And you know, that happened. Is sometimes the officials do not see everything. That time they really missed it. I thought that was a late hit.
Third down, 3 to go. Oh, Robinson, Dexter Bussey, the backs. He'll pass. And they're throwing it around. He fumbles. Detroit had it. Tampa Bay ran right by the ball. 2 of them were trying to scoop it up and go for a touchdown. Instead of falling on it, 2 Tampa Bay players overran it.
It's amazing how many plays we see like that where the player has a chance to just fall on the ball and give his team possession with great field position, but instead they try to make a big play, try to pick it up while they're leaning over and trying to run at the same time, which is impossible. And for that reason, they lost a great opportunity to get field position on the play. That's Crowder again making the tackle on the quarterback. Comlo forced the fumble, and watch it out here. Watch the bouncing ball. Cotney has a chance. What happens really is somebody ran right in front of him and prevented him from trying to pick it up.
There's the punt. Driving spiral. Bounces by Danny Reese. Now at the 15. He's covered. And they have him on the 16. Good punt coverage by the Lions. Now we talked about tonight on CBS. What about Monday night? A White Shadow, MASH, WKRP in Cincinnati, Lou Grant. Ed Asner starring as Lou Grant. All on CBS Monday night. Tampa Bay 84 yards away and trailing 14-6. Time remaining 9:53. He rifles that one. That's a first down. A good catch there by Isaac Higgins. Here's our first final. Buffalo, a mild upset, nips the New York Jets 14-12. The Jets drop below 500 again. Take a look at those standings now. First down. Tampa Bay on their 28. Williams. Giles at the 35. The whistle blows.
You know,
7-yard gain, Hank.
You know, that's a nice thing about the size of Doug Williams. he can look down the middle over the top of those linebackers and get the ball to the tight end quickly, which he has done several times here this afternoon. But he has a great knack of getting rid of the ball quickly to the tight end, and for that reason, it's very effective.
2nd and 3. Tampa Bay on their 35. The Jets have now won 5 and lost 6. Buffalo has won 5 and lost 6. Clock is moving. They run for it, bursting for the first down. Reaching the 40-yard line is Rick Burns and Al Baker. Got to him first. Burns picks up about 5. That gives him 65 yards. And a time call by the officials. Burns is shaken up. He's played a good game today, Hank.
Yes, he has played very well, and he's a good back. And I know, talking to John before the season, he was very optimistic about the ability of this young back from Nebraska, and he's justified that confidence by playing very well here this afternoon.
Doug Williams is a second-year quarterback. Burns is a rookie, and Ricky Bell is a third-year player. That's a very young backfield for the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay on their own 40. First down. Plenty of time. That's another completion to the tight end, Jimmy Giles. He's short of a first down, but they'll spot it on the Tampa Bay 48. Ken Fantetti, the linebacker, and Gary Cobb, another linebacker. Nice setup here. Look at him whip that ball. He's got the release.
Yes, he has, and he's got a great wrist. Terrific wrist. Good RPMs on the ball. Throws it nice and firm. Not too hard, but firm enough to get through the area and right on target to the tight end.
Giles is now caught. 6 passes. There goes Eckwood. And Eckwood picks up a first down. Jerry Eckwood. He was hit in the secondary by Jimmy Allen. They'll spot it on the Lions 45.5.
You know, the other thing that would be very effective against the way Detroit's playing, especially on first down, is some kind of a bootleg, Kurt. They react so quickly to the first fake. Is something faking one way and coming back and throwing the other would be very effective.
Purifoy's in at left end, replacing Bill Gay. The Buccaneers with a first down. Time remaining, 6:52. Swings it out to Ricky Bell. Flag is down in the secondary. Could be something in the backfield. Harrell drove Ricky Bell out of bounds. Tampa Bay and clubs on long losing streaks have not mixed this year against Tampa Bay. Atlanta beat Tampa Bay last week to break a 3-game losing streak. Earlier in the year, the Giants broke a 4-game losing streak when they beat the Bucs in New York. Both cases, the Bucs were playing on the road. The Lions have a 6-game losing streak, and again, it's a road game for the Buccaneers.
Offensive pass interference, number 81.
Isaac Higgins commits offensive pass interference. Well, that hurt him. Moves it back to their own 45. Makes it 1st and 20, just when their drive was moving. They're set back on a penalty. 14-6, Lions leading. That is incomplete to Isaac Hagan. Pass was low. It'll be 2nd down, 20. Look at the difference in penalties.
Those are hard to overcome. 10 for 75 yards by Tampa, 5 for 40, Detroit.
2nd down, 20. Uphill battle here for young Doug Williams. Out of the pocket, 45, 50, 45. Skips away to the 40. Goes down on the 39-yard line of Detroit. And he got some of it back and more that time.
Well, they got short. They got a good chunk of it back that time, Kurt. And Doug Williams really exercised good judgment there. He went back in the pocket. The whole thing opened up in the middle like a big flower. He saw it quickly, was very decisive. Didn't waste any time once he saw the cavity up front. There you see him. He sees the running room, takes off, and he's got good running action. Pretty good agility and quickness for as tall as he is. Gets to the outside, and really does a good job on the play.
They have a 3rd and 4, Hank. Big 3rd down play. The pass incomplete to Giles, the tight end, and they had him smothered. That was Ken Fantetti, the rookie, middle linebacker, who broke it up.
Yeah, that time the linebacker really did a good job of covering on the play. And he's been going to him in that situation some, and the linebacker was very quick to anticipate the play and knock it down.
There it is. There's Fantetti all over him. 4th down. 4 to go. Tampa Bay behind 14-6, has to gamble. Time remaining, 5:47. They'll throw for it. He's going to run, and he's out of bounds. Where does he go out? I believe he made it.
It's going to be very close, but he might have made it.
They're going to mark him out, I believe, on the 34 of the Lions.
Yes, he does.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
Boy, great play here by Doug Williams. Improvises, doesn't see anybody open, just takes off. Straight arm there. He was able to do that because he had the ball in the right arm. Had he had it in the left arm, he'd have been out of business.
I get a kick out of it. You love that left arm, right arm.
Well, it's important. There's a great illustration of using the straight arm.
You must have talked to those ball carriers in their sleep about that, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was one of my pet peeves, to see him run it right or left with the ball in the wrong arm.
1st down. Williams will throw. Out it goes. What a catch! Great catch by Giles, the tight end. Another 1st down. And he's right at the 20-yard line of Detroit.
Boy, I tell you, you talked a little bit about the touch of Doug Williams earlier in the game, but this is a great illustration of the kind of touch he has. He put the ball right where it had to be, and Jimmy Giles really made a super catch.
14-yard play.
Yeah.
I want to remind all you fans in Tampa Bay we'll be down here next Sunday for the Giant game. 4 o'clock game your time. Phil Simms will be there for the Giants, the rookie quarterback, a good young one, as is Doug Williams. Williams looks him over. Another grab by Giles, and the Buccaneers on the move. Giles' 2nd catch in a row.
He's a piece of work, isn't he?
He's something.
And in conjunction with that, he's so strong. You know, once he catches the ball, it takes 2 or 3 guys to knock him down. Look, there's 2 of them. They find him corralling. But he is big and strong and really makes something happen.
They're on the 12-yard line of Detroit. Seemed like they started this drive an hour ago on their own 16-yard line. What a drive. The score here could mean something for them. 2nd down, 2. There he is. Touchdown. No! He's out. Morris Owens is out of the end zone. He was wide open.
Boy, that's unbelievable. He was wide open, and Williams threw the ball as well as you could throw it. Sets up nicely, has a rush, throws it up on top. Oh, no, he threw it on the outside too far and forced him out of bounds. It didn't look like that initially, but that's what happened on the play.
They had him open. In fact, Owen, if he turned around, just stood there, could have nailed him in the end zone with it. All right, they need 2 yards for a 1st down. 3rd and 2, Tampa Bay on the Lion 12-yard line. This drive has gone 72 yards to Tampa Bay. 4 minutes, 5 seconds to play.
Something to the left side of center. There it is.
They stop him. Rick Burns. Burns is stopped. Fantetti hit him. I don't believe he, well, he might have picked up a half yard. Time called by Tampa Bay. They have 2 left now.
Well, they had a big bubble, and by bubble I mean an area where the linebacker is off the line of scrimmage. It looked like he hit the perfect spot, Evidently, they didn't execute and block people on the play because that was exactly the place to run on that last play.
And there's your score.
How many times have you wanted to pack it all in and take off? Well, with Hertz economy fares, the time to go is now. Our subcompacts are only $14.95 a day, weekends, and just $98 a week. All with free mileage. Larger cars are only dollars more a day. And if you rent for 3 weekdays or more, Hertz has special economy fares for that too. Hertz economy fares. Now you can't afford not to rent from number one.
How long do you want your car to last?
Forever. Now, don't laugh. She's already gone over 90,000 miles and without a major engine repair. I try to take good care of her. I give her regular checkups, and the only motor oil I ever use is Quaker State.
Quaker State can't promise everyone mileage like Mr. Miles gets, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
Guess that's why Quaker State's the best-selling motor oil in America.
On the CBS Tuesday night movie, vandals invade the sanctity of a divorced woman's life. Joanne Woodward is the victim, determined to get justice on the streets of L.A.
A field goal attempt by Neil O'Donohue. This will be a 28-yard attempt. Tom Blanchard is holding. They have to get up a field goal and a touchdown to pull this one out. It's up, and it is good. And that makes it now 14-9. That's a tough decision, whether to go ahead and try and get the first down. It was fourth and a long one, or pick up what looked like a cheap field goal at this time. They needed a combination of touchdown field goal somewhere in this last 4 minutes. They got the field goal now.
Yeah, he had to do what he did. It was a very wise decision on John's part. He had to get the 3 points now. You got to get a touchdown and a field goal one way or the other. You got to get one of the two. The way it turned out, he had to go for the field goal.
You know, this is our third game, Hank Stram, with Tampa Bay, and on that drive, which went 34 yards upfield, 39 downfield, 73 yards, is the best I've seen Doug Williams played. He was a master on that drive, running, throwing the ball, short, long, everything. He really took them down the field.
Well, it's very unusual that you can win as big as Tampa has won so far this season with a young quarterback, and really, Doug Williams, this is kind of the rookie year for him because last year he was hurt and didn't play that much, but he is really a great looking prospect.
They'll kick off. And of course their strategy, hold that line in both ways. Donahue will kick it off. Arnold, Calicutter back. And the kick bounding around. Arnold picks it up on the 5. He's back, and he is belted out of bounds, short of the 20-yard line by Tony Davis. Excellent man on the kickoff team, the Buccaneers. 73-yard drive, 14 plays. They used a lot of time in the drive, which you'd like to do it a lot faster. They used 5 minutes and 57 seconds in the drive.
You know, one thing is going to be a factor in this remaining 347 is the kicking game. They've been forcing the punter to kick poorly, and if they do it again, they could wind up with good field position if they can hold them defensively.
Remember, Tampa Bay has 2 timeouts left. Detroit has 3. Play's not going for much. Yard or 2. Rick Kane. Leroy Selman came from right to left, number 63, to make the hit on him.
This is one of the toughest things to do against Tampa. Look at all those linebackers pursue with the flight of the ball. They're all waiting for him. They over-pursued on the play, and that was the reason why he was able to cut back and get a little bit more than he should have gotten. It looked like it could have been a loss, but he wound up making 2 yards on a play, but it was tough to run sideways against Tampa.
Now they've taken another timeout. 3:37. Why so early?
Well, they want to make sure they have plenty of time when they get the football back. I'm sure that's the reason.
They've stopped the clock, 3:37, and it'll be second down. 9 to go for the Lions on their 20-yard line. Monty Clark talking to his quarterback. Pittsburgh rolls along. They've now won 9 and lost 2, and they thumped Kansas City 30-3. They'll wrap him up. Uh-oh, loose ball. Loose ball. Tampa Bay has it. Lawrence Gaines fumbles it. Who's got it? Nefziger recovers it.
Nefziger recover the fumble, number 51. They ran a trap inside with the left guard pulling. Homer Elias fumbled the ball, and Tampa has a great opportunity with the ball on the 24-yard line.
Tampa Bay now on the Detroit 23-yard line. First down, second turnover by the Lions. Tampa Bay's had one. Well, it's all set up for the Buccaneers. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. They just scored a field goal, hoping to come back and get a touchdown, force a break, and they have that break right now.
They're in a bump and run defense.
They're going to throw, and it is way over the head of the receiver. Morris Owens, number 85.
Boy, they blew the pattern that time, Kurt. That time they were in a bump and run, and all they had to do was straight down the field and try to get the ball long, but the receiver, for some reason or other, broke inside instead of going outside, and there was too much traffic on the play. They couldn't make the connection at all. A very bad route by Morris Owens.
Tomlow's throwing for over 200 yards, 160-some. Doug Williams, second down, 10, on the 23-yard line of the Lions. There it is, and it is a touchdown! A touchdown to Larry Mucker. Tampa Bay takes the lead.
That was a play.
That was a bump and run. That was right with him at the line of scrimmage. All you need is a step when they're that tight to you.
You have to give John McKay a lot of credit. He evidently saw it on the preceding play, but he was open. That's the kind of a route that you want to run against bump and run. The ball was underthrown a little bit. He made the catch. A beautiful executed play by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Watch him take the ball away from Williams now. Mucker. There it is right there. He just got in front of him and overpowered him. Tampa Bay leads. They scored a field goal with 3:56 to go, and they scored a touchdown with 3:26 to go. 3:20 to go. All right, we're ready for the point. It is up, and it is good by O'Donohue. 16-14, Tampa Bay in the lead. They were behind 14-6. They had the ball on their own 16-yard line. They went 73 yards, stopped, kicked the field goal. They come back, second play from scrimmage after the kickoff, forced the fumble, and on their second down play, they score and take the lead. Next week's games on CBS. Early games, Dallas versus Washington, Green Bay at Buffalo, St. Louis versus Philadelphia. Late games, Detroit, Minnesota, New Orleans versus Seattle, and Hank Stram and I will be in Tampa Bay when the New York Giants are there in a 4 o'clock game at Tampa Stadium.
There's a lot of...
I spend a week fishing at Lake Okeechobee.
We'll have some good stories to tell after that week there, Kurt.
I hope I get it. Fly rod popping for those big largemouth bass over there. Arnold and Calicut are deep. Neil O'Donohue will kick it off.
This game's got a lot of time left at 3:20. A lot of things could still happen.
Tampa Bay had just scored 10 points in 36 seconds. Good kick. Arnold on the goal line. Out to the 10. And he's down on the 22-yard line. And he is hit down there by Danny Reese. This could be a big win for Tampa Bay. This would give them 8 wins and 3 losses. The Rams are beating the Bears, and they might, I say might, you never know. You know, look what's just happened to the Lions. They might come out with a 3-game lead in their division with the season over half over. All right, first down, Detroit on their own 22. Red Scott's back in the game. He's had a great day as a wide receiver. There he goes in motion. They have not been able to cover him. And they get it to him again. Oh, that's the David Hill, I'm sorry, 81. Hill, the tight end, caught that one. And he caught the ball, and he's 35 for a first down. Now it's the Lions. And there's the final. Houston knocked off Oakland 31-17. Oakland goes 6-5 for the year. Miami beat Baltimore to bounce back. And they now have won 7 and lost 4. Robinson running it out. Short of his 45. He may be close to the first down. Washington hitting.
You know, the important thing about this thing, as you know, Kurt, is the fact that they have to get just close enough to kick a field goal. They get 3 points. They're back in business.
The score, 16-14, Tampa Bay. Time remaining, 2:20. The Lions have their full complement, 3 timeouts remaining. Tampa Bay has 1. Trumbo looks, throws, sideline. Complete. 49-yard line of Tampa Bay. They're working it right down the field. Gene Washington caught that one. And Mike Washington covered.
That's only the second pass that Gene Washington has caught all year long. Came into the game with 1 reception. That's number 2.
And the 2-minute warning given. The score, 2 minutes to play, 16-14 Tampa Bay.
You don't move mountains. You go through them. And all it takes to carve a tunnel out of a mile of hard rock is steel and sweat and dynamite. Now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer.
Miller Beer. Motorcraft plugs and a tune-up done right would have solved the problem I had one night. I came home late with my car running rough, made a bang and a whistle and a wheeze and a puff. Woke up my kids and my lazy old dog. Woke up my wife who sleeps like a log. I was really up a creek without a raft. I need some help from Motorcraft. Got a tune-up and plugs with the Motorcraft name. My car ran smoother and my family got sane. And now when it's late and I drive to the door, life's a lot sweeter, for sure. Motorcraft, for sure.
Kurt Gowdy and Hank Stram the last 2 minutes of this game in the Silverdome. Look at that one. 24-23. Cincinnati over the Chargers. Washington 27, Cardinals 21 late in the fourth quarter. First down. A second down and 5.
Watch for the tight end.
Coming around, they hit him. They knock him down. That's Bo Robinson, and Curtis Jordan, the strong safety, came up to nail him there. Right on a 49 again, Hank. It is third down.
That time they tried to trap Chambers. They trapped Selman on the other side for a nice gain. On the preceding play, they tried to do the same thing on Chambers, and they cut it off in good shape.
They're down to a minute and a half to play. 3 timeouts left for the Lions. Third down, 4. Plenty of time. Now he gets away. He's going to try and run it. They come up. They bring him down short of a first down. They spot him on the 40. Well, he may have it. He's on the 45-yard line where Dewey Selman hit him.
It all depends on where they mark it. It was very close. He tried to reach out and make the first down, but the official brought it back just a fraction, so it's going to be very close. Inches short, I think, of the first down.
Here's the measurement. 16-14, Tampa Bay scored 10 points in 36 seconds to take the lead, and that's an inch short. 1 inch short. Fourth down and an inch to go. On the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay. The Lions need a field goal to win it. Trying to maneuver themselves into that position. Ulysses Norris comes in and make it a double tight end situation. Fred Scott is out. They'll run this play. The clock's not moving. And then they'll call their first of their 3 timeouts remaining.
I would call it quarterback sneak here, Kurt, just to make sure there's no fumble, no bad exchange. If you can't make an inch with a good surge, you're in trouble.
They're down to a minute 4. The clock is moving. Crowd roaring. Signal count, and there's a quarterback sneak, and he appears to have the first down. We're down to 51 seconds. Fred Scott's back on the field. They'll take out Ulysses North. First down on the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay. 45 seconds. They still haven't called a timeout. Look at the clock move.
I don't understand. What they're thinking is Lions have got 3 timeouts and have blown a lot of time here by not calling it.
All right, the fade. They get to him. He throws, and it's incomplete. His arm had started forward. Leroy Selman hit him as he let it go. Now the clock stopped. 30 seconds to play. Watch Selman get in here, Hank.
Yes, he did. Sets up nicely. Crowder is making an effort, and there's Selman on the outside. Boy, he's so quick and fast that he's hard to contain, especially when he knows it's going to be a pass.
All right, they have a second down 10 on the Tampa Bay 45. Time remaining 30 seconds. Tampa Bay leading 16-14. Tampa Bay scored 10 points in 36 seconds with under 4 minutes to play. He's got the pass up in the air. It's a fumble. Is it a completed pass? And Tampa Bay may recover. It's a completed pass and a fumble. Tampa Bay's ball. Curtis Jordan's on it. They had Hill in field goal range after the completion, and he lost it. Watch.
You see, he makes the catch. In the process, the tackler knocked the ball right out of his arm. It bounced up in the air. A Detroit player had a chance to fall on it. Several of them did. Finally, it bounces out of the pile and is recovered by a
Curtis
Tampa
Jordan
Bay.
recovered it.
Curtis Jordan, and it's Tampa Bay ball, 1st and 10.
And that should be the ball game. 19 seconds to go. Detroit still has 3 timeouts remaining. They didn't take a timeout. They were down there after the reception by Hill with a possible field goal. Well, John McKay, he's been through everything over the years. This is a wild one for him, though. They're just a simple handoff. Ricky Bell falls forward. Only one idea in mind, don't lose that ball. Timeout now by Detroit. They have 2 left, and there are 13 seconds to play. What a finish this one has been. It hasn't been a wild offensive game. Tampa Bay had the ball with about 7 or 8 minutes to go on their own 16-yard line. Then Doug Williams took them on a magnificent drive. The kid really looked great. They got down and decided to kick a field goal to the 11-yard line with 4th and 1. They needed 10 points to go ahead. So O'Donohue booted a 28-yard field goal with 3:56 to go. They kicked off to the Lions, who with the ball on their own 22nd and 9 fumbled it. Tampa Bay recovered with 2nd down and 10. Doug Williams hit Larry Bucker in the end zone. So what Williams will probably do is just take this ball and fall on it. He does. He's down. Now it's 10 seconds to go. And another timeout taken by the Lions. Now they got to use up some time here, or they're going to be in a 4th down punting situation. The Lions may go to block it or something like that, run one back.
We've seen a lot of crazy things happen this year. You have to give Tampa a lot of credit for coming back and maintaining their poise for a young football team like they are. They really hung in there tough, did a good job defensively, made something happen by recovering the fumbles, and that's the reason they were able to turn this game around with good field position and taking advantage of the field position when it came.
If the Lions do not rally, that man with the earphones on, Monty Clark's going to say, what else could happen to me this year? Looked like they had this game locked up. With Tampa Bay back on their 16-yard line late in the 4th quarter. Lions leading 14-6.
You know, one thing you have to
get away.
You have to feel good about the way they play. They play with a high intensity level, a lot of enthusiasm. And that's really important when you're lost 6 consecutive games in a row.
Off to Ricky Bell. What they're trying to do is use the time, and the Lions come in and call time with 3 seconds to go. It is 4th down. Now what they could do now is run backwards with the ball and circle around, couldn't they, Hank, and use the time up?
They could use some time up. They certainly could.
3 seconds. Is that a better bet than trying to punt the ball?
Yes, I wouldn't punt the ball. I would just go back there, snap it back. The clock doesn't start until it touches the hand of the kicker or whoever's going to be back there. And by the time it gets back there, it takes about 9/10 of a second to get the ball back there. but I think that would be a wise move on their part, not to try to punt it.
Of course, they don't want to run in the end zone.
No, they won't do that.
They have a tie ball game. But they ought to be able to. Williams could move around, take that ball, and scramble around back there, deep behind the line of scrimmage for 3 seconds.
But the one thing they don't want to do is punt the ball. That's for sure.
Going to be interesting to see what they do. There's the 3 seconds. They're not going to punt it.
No, there's no way they should punt it.
They're ahead 16-14 on 4th down. Tampa Bay. There's Williams going back. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the game is over. He did it. He used up the 3 seconds. Tampa Bay wins it by a score of 16-14. And there's Doug Williams. Great comeback by the young expansion team to win, solidifying their position even more. Doug Williams being congratulated by other members of the Lions. And I got to give Williams credit, boy. He took him back 80-40 long yards away.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him for several weeks. I saw him in preseason games, and of course he was off to a great start. But he really was super out here this afternoon, and I think it's an indication of the kind of projected skill and ability that he's going to have as he goes along in his career. He's going to be one of the great quarterbacks, I think, in the National Football League.
A field goal and a touchdown in the last 4 minutes. In fact, within 36 seconds, as Tampa Bay rallies and beats the Lions 16-14 to run their seasonal record now to 8 wins and 3 losses. So, thanks, Hank. We'll be down in Tampa Bay next Sunday, and the NFL on CBS will be back after this word from your local station.
If you're tired of television stories about ghetto kids, persuaded that they're hopeless, convinced that no way are they going to make it, 60 Minutes has a big surprise for you tonight on CBS.
Back live in New York, I'm Brent Musburger, and everything is turning upside down, not just in Detroit, but look at this score. Suddenly, the St. Louis Cardinals have taken a lead on Washington. Washington led 27-7 coming into the fourth. Irv, get everybody up to date with those highlights.
You won't believe this. Of course, as Brent indicated, the Redskins had a commanding 27-7 lead going into the fourth quarter, but Joe Theismann in the first quarter here gets his club going early as he goes to Ricky Thompson, breaks a couple of tackles.